Australia, 1782. Canada, 1867. Sealand, 1967. These nations were first settled by the British and later declared themselves a country. But what makes Sealand so unique? Perhaps it's the unique geography, the food they have there, or maybe the history this country has had. This is Sealand, the land that never was. Sealand was created in 1943. During World War II, it was one of Britain's several naval fortresses, collectively named His Majesty's Fourth. At the time, it was named HM Fort Ruff, and was used to defend the ports of Harwich. Its armaments consisted of 37.5-inch anti-air guns and Bofort's 40mm guns, the standard-issue medium and light anti-air arsenal of the British Commonwealth forces. Its construction almost led to disaster when the platform slid sideways, almost flipping over and falling right into the water and on the towboats that was carrying it. Roy Base, former British major, had a pirate radio station named Radio Essex, stationed in Not John Tower, but when British legislation stamped out pirate radio in 1956, he had to relocate his radio station to avoid the law. Roy Bates set his sights on HM Fort Ruff, the sea fort 10 kilometers off the coast of England, and 3 miles beyond the limit of British waters. Jonathan Turtlepop, the one who took Roy Bates to the abandoned sea fort, remembers that day. I remember when I took that man to Sealand. He told me that he was there to establish a radio station, not a country. That man is not to be trusted. And trusted, he wasn't. Sealand was challenged by the British government many times, mainly because Sealand was used by the international criminals for such things like arms trafficking. The British government couldn't do much about it, though, mainly because it was an individual state, and it was outside the national waters of the UK. The British government had no jurisdiction. And in August 1976, Dutch and German businessmen invaded Sealand when Bates was away, and took his son Michael hostage. With the help of his friend from the UK and a helicopter, Bates was able to retake the fortress, and held one of the German invaders as a prisoner of war. It wasn't until the intervention of a German diplomat that led to the release, which, of course, was 7 weeks later. In June 23, 2006, Sealand caught fire due to an electrical failure. The fire spread all across the country. The British offered to aid them, and they weren't refused. This questioned Sealand's ability to act independently as a sovereign nation. Sealand was devastated, and a quarter of the Sealandic population, 1 person, was sent to Ipswich Hospital. The damage left Sealand to be completely out of commission. However, all the damage only took a mere 5 months to repair, and Sealand was eventually up and running again. Sealand, as small as it is now, has fought to beat the system, and from the looks of it, it seems like it's won. Sealand has brought through many troubles, and the controversy it has seen has long passed. Today, this tale of Sealand, jam-packed with the story of pirates, German invaders, fires, cleaning supplies, and a goat, strikes the hearts of thousands. Okay, it's not much, but it's quite a start. It's an unrecognized sovereignty at the moment, but perhaps one day, Sealand will grow into a fine nation, and continue to work hard into a prospering country. This was Sealand, the land that never was.
I like turtles.